During a recent appearance on the MMA Hour, Alex Pereira assessed the likelihood of a trilogy fight against Adesanya coming to fruition after his call-out a few months back seemingly fell on deaf ears.
I feel that it's over, right? But anything can happen. If he show interest, the organization show interest, he'll do the fight. But at this point, the way that it was shown, he think it's over. Even to a point that he think that they both could even train together if it comes down to that.
Really?
Because he feels that if that ever happened, Israel is a very experienced guy. Alex is a very experienced guy, have his all credits, similar styles of high-level striking, different aspects of the game that one could add to the other. Well, if it comes down to that fight, it will be good, but there's not something that he's holding on to no more.
Wow.
100%.
Wow.
So the fact that he don't think they'll fight no more, if somehow he feel that they will still fight again, no. But if he could be absolutely sure that they will never face each other in the octagon again, why not? On the time that when he was fighting for Glory Kickboxing, he had an even bigger rivalry with Yusuf Gary, right? One tried to beat the other, they fought 3 times, and later on the road, when it was over, Yusri became a friend, show up for the past 3 camps, stay on the corner with us to corner him. So Alex said that when it's still competing, it's good to have a big rivalry. But after it's done, you can hold on to it. You gotta let it go.
Dana White was in Mexico this week to open up a new performance this week.
Thanks for coming today, guys. We appreciate it. This has been a dream / goal of mine for a very long time, going back to 2001. And I was just saying to these guys to be walking the halls and looking at the gym, and this incredible facility is amazing. I've wanted this for a long time, so I'm very excited. Thanks to everybody who made this happen. All the guys that, you know, my staff, Lawrence, Dave, everybody at the PI, the people at the PI worked very hard to get us to where we are today. Every one of these, the first facility in Las Vegas, then we did China, and now we're here. It gets better and better and better and better every time we build one, and now you can honestly say that the PI Mexico is the best performance institute in the UFC, without a doubt. This place is incredible, and as we keep building and learning, we keep getting better. So, ready? Let's do it.
Henry Cejudo provided an update, and it looks like he's going back on his word.
As I think about it, thinking about getting taken down 5 times, you know, with Merab, somebody who on paper is not at the wrestling credentials as me. I could also look back and say, hey, you know, shit happens. You know, it wasn't my night. Was I 100% going into that fight? I was 100% going into that fight. Where I wasn't 100% in on was in the middle of my fight camp, where I wasn't able to use the wrestling stuff. The same reason why I got winded round 2 and 3. That's not an excuse. He won. It really bothers me. So as of today, guys, I was getting ready to announce my, like a couple of days ago, I did a whole video on my retirement, thanking my family, thanking my friends, you know, thanking everybody who has been there. But I'm just, you know, as time sits in and getting a chance to talk to a lot of the legends, you know, I called Daniel Cormier. I talked to Quentin Rampage. I talked to a lot of guys who I respect, who has been there before me. Like, and you're like, you know what, Henry? I mean, look at your situation. I mean, you went out and you fought the #1 guy in the world. You lost a split decision. You went out and you pretty much fought the best guy in the world. Because when this guy gets an opportunity to fight Sean O'Malley or Chito Vera, it's going to be easy work for him. So I thought the same thing, Sean. I was like, Sean, this dude's fucking sloppy. Sean, this dude is X, Y, and Z. But it's different when you actually get in, and it's different when you have a pace and a guy that doesn't necessarily have that knockout power or that accuracy, but just has that go in him. And that's what makes him dangerous. It's not necessarily his wrestling. It's his threshold. It's the ability of him continue to keep picking up the pace and keeping it at that pace where he doesn't drain his own watt. He got me. I take the L. But I cannot let it sit like this. I just cannot, man. I cannot. It would have probably been best if I would have never came back to the sport, because I did retire, and I did retire on top. And why did I retire in the first place? I've accomplished everything. There is no motivator. You want to leave as a fighter on top for the rest of your life. If I could have it the way Khabib had it, it'd be great. But I will say this, there's always gonna be what ifs with guys that never went out there and actually went for it. And what I could say in my position is, you know, the show goes on. The show goes on because, yeah, was Dana White right that he did leave 3 years behind, three of his prime years? Yeah, I'll give it to him. Recognizing it now, the way that I did feel Saturday, the way that everything kind of planned, I'm just, you know, you start to kind of psychologically just like, damn, are these dudes right? I couldn't have it any other way. One, if I could change everything, I probably would never come back. But then now that I'm back, now I gotta shit where I sleep. And for that reason, man, I cannot go out like that. So I'm here today, ladies and gentlemen, taking my word back as a man, confronting you guys, you the people, you my fans, you my family, you my friends, you the haters, that I just cannot go out like this. And guys, to say the least, it is far from over with the Triple C.
In a recent interview, Dana White has revealed a massive gift that Khabib received from the Russian President Vladimir Putin after his victory over
He didn't even make it
McGregor.
back to his dressing room after the fight, and Putin was on the phone. And Putin gave him and his father like $20 million worth of property in Russia. Then he went into, you know, the Muslim territories where these guys are just cars, money, gyms, whatever you want.
Khamzat Chimaev has been banned from entering the United States. Chimaev's visa troubles stem from his close association with Ramzan Kadyrov, the controversial leader of Chechnya. Chimaev, a Chechen bullfighter, has consistently shown loyalty to Kadyrov, posting videos and photos smiling and training side by side with Kadyrov and his sons. In return for his loyalty, Kadyrov has showered Chimaev with gifts, including luxury vehicles and a villa in the Chechen capital. Chimaev's endorsement of Kadyrov has not gone unnoticed. In an interview before UFC 294, Chimaev's jiu-jitsu coach revealed that the fighter has encountered difficulties entering the United States. As a result, Chimaev relocated to United Arab Emirates, hoping to mitigate travel challenges. He obtained a 10-year visa in Abu Dhabi and is in the process of securing a type of passport that will facilitate his travels. Recently, Covington came out and sensationally accused UFC judges of holding anti-Trump sentiment, and that was the reason behind his loss at UFC 296. He was bashed online in response to the comments, in which Masvidal has become the latest to weigh in.
Man, for starters, I never met such a fucking hoe in my life, such a bitch, you know. He's doing all this fake because he doesn't know anything about politics. He literally doesn't. He just attached his name to Trump, hoping that Trump will one day tweet his name or maybe show up to a fight and things like that. But the guy literally knows nothing about politics, knows nothing about immigration laws, knows nothing about fucking 401ks, about foreign policies, domestic policies, knows nothing. All this guy fucking does is throw his money away fucking gambling and poker and paying for prostitutes to be in his fucking video, you know? So for him to go out there and involve Trump's name so much and then say, well, the judges don't like me because I roll with Trump and they rob me because Trump gets a bad. Like, you're a fucking piece of shit. Now you're blaming the fucking greatest president this country has ever seen. You're blaming your fucking shitty ass loss, which you didn't do a damn thing. Everybody says it. Even your mom fucking says you're a fucking bum. You're gonna blame that on Trump because you're such a fucking bum? You're a piece of shit. It just shows who he is. And of course now he has a broken foot. And of course now he has a broken arm. The guy's a fucking cheating, lying, piece of shit, cop calling motherfucker.
At this point, it seems like the streamer Sneaker loves getting beat up. After unsuccessfully going up against Strickland and Diaz, Sneaker decided to take on Merab Dvalishvili, and well, seems like he hasn't learned anything.
You wanna be fighter? You wanna be fighter? Let him.
Francis Ngannou has finally revealed his plan to make a long-awaited return to the octagon, almost 2 years on from his bitter split with the UFC.
There's the main event, which is Ryan Bader against Renan Federer. My potential opponent, because I think the winner of this is the guy that I'm gonna fight in my MMA return. My intention to return to the sport, when exactly, I don't know. I think all depend on March 8th. Everything depends on March 8th.
O'Malley has gifted his UFC championship belt to Steve Muldoon. Steve is a close friend of Dana and a huge supporter of O'Malley and is seen cageside at every event.
Other than me and the team, and brother Steve, I'd love to gift this to you, brother. UFC 292, Starlin versus O'Malley.
Gifted me a bubble.
Got it. Now, I never had a conversation. The first time I ever hung out with you in Miami, the same night you gifted me that 18, as crazy as you got it up. Stein said he doesn't remember, but I told Stein, he said, I'm gonna get the belt. I'm gonna give it to Steve someday. No one knows where it is. Still rocking the Abu Dhabi bracelet, the Boston bracelet. Give me a belt. The fucking belt, sorry. It's on my right shoulder like this. The U is always up, all the way right shoulder. Yeah. It looks good.